his feet up. I hadn't seen him look so relaxed since Jonas, and I were lounging near Prism Lake with cold beers in our hands. "It's better than out there, you're damn right," Lee agreed. Stone laced his fingers together and put his hands behind his head before letting out a large sigh. A surprising reaction, if you ask me. The house he had lived in before the end of the world was basically a mini mansion, and when on business trips, he never stayed in anything less than a 5-star hotel. I guess almost freezing to death every night in random buildings has a way of humbling you. Lee pointed behind me. "Bathroom works, too. Kitchen's on the other end, got a microwave, a fridge, and a sink for your dishes. Water comes out a bit slow, and it'll take about a month to get warm, but it's better than no water at all. Besides, we eat most of our meals together in the hub." "The hub?" Elle repeated. "Yep, the gym, I guess. Breakfast starts at 8, lunch at 11, and dinner at 5. The head cook and her helpers on staff," Lee smacked his lips a couple times, "are top-notch, believe it or not. Wait until you get a taste of Debbie's Mexican lasagna." "Debbie's Mexican lasagna," Stone repeated. "Is that innuendo?" "Stone?" Elle warned. He chuckled and rolled his eyes. Ignoring this exchange, Lee went on. "It'll knock you off your feet." Then his face turned serious. "Like I said, it ain't the best place on earth, but give it a chance. You'll be calling it home soon enough." "It's so much better than where we've been staying," Eleanor said. "So much better." "Yeah," I agreed. "You ever try sleeping a few hours in a dentist chair without laughing gas?" Lee's lips lifted into a smile. "Can't say I have, compadre, and don't exactly want to either. Anyway, I'm glad y'all like it. When the incident happened, we had to repurpose some of these buildings for us civvies. This and the one just across the way housed the soldiers before it housed us." "Where did the regular folks stay?" I asked. "East End." Lee nodded his head to the right. "That whole side was houses. Nice places, too. But we had to shut it down. Buildings took too much damage. Shitty weather and less people made sure we ain't ever going to get 'em up to code again. It was safer to just move here and close off the entire east side." I shook my head. "That's too bad." "It is." Lee walked toward the door, turned, and flashed a grin. "But we get by, don't we?" With a thumbs up, he added, "I'll see y'all at dinner. Oh, and if Nick asks, tell him I was a hell of a tour guide." Mia left the comforts of her hospital bed and moved into our barracks. We had almost an entire floor to ourselves. Nick Ryder said that before the captured Wraith escaped and sparked a massacre within the city's walls, the population was pushing capacity. Not so much anymore. And although lights illuminated most of the city, a darkness continued to hang around the heads of the people who remained. I felt for them, but I couldn't understand their grief, just like they couldn't understand the grief I felt for losing Jonas, Helga, and Mikey. Some of the people were as cold to us newcomers as the snow outside. I understood that too. Of the near 75 who lived here, a few were bound to be wary of us. Most, however, treated us with respect and kindness. I eventually came to consider many as family, which was why losing them hurt so badly. Still, besides Nina Hart and Nick Ryder, our initial meetings with some of the city's inhabitants weren't anything to write home about. Polite waves, courteous head nods, more than a few "Hi, how's it going?" encounters, followed by "Good, good, nice to have you here" replies. I really couldn't complain. Before the end of the world, I was mostly a guy who kept to himself. And though I longed for human interaction for most of my journey to the city, when I got there, I ended up exhausted during our first few weeks. All I wanted to do was lie in bed and recover from the mental and physical torment I'd experienced. And for a good portion of that time, that was exactly what I did. What we all did. We left the barracks to eat 2 to 3 times a day. Good food, mind you, actual sustenance. And we explored the place, and we dropped in on 1 or 2 of the nightly movies they played in the hub's entertainment rooms.